I wonder what's going through the minds. I think I've already asked you this, but when you see such a series of fast races, so much better than lifetime best, through those early finals, if you're in the big final, do you think it affects them mentally at all, seeing such quick swimming earlier on?
Some swimmers will choose not to pay any attention, so they won't look at the scoreboard, they might not look at the screen if there's one in the call room, and they'll just completely focus on their own race. Other swimmers will be the nosy ones that are sticking their head out, trying to see what went on before them so they can kind of gauge their swim, and you see a little bit more of that, especially in the heats. But in these finals where you have to achieve a time to qualify for one of our teams, that's also important because you might not be head-to-head with someone who's in your age category for that event. So it is kind of important to kind of see where everybody is. And in lane 7 there it is Jonathan Marshall. He is 2004 born, one of our Paris potential swimmers, so could make that, LEN under 23 competition this summer if he just misses out on the World Championships.
Well, he's in lane 7 and 2. It's Seb Somerset of Loughborough University and University of California, Berkeley. Matt Ward in 6 from Mount Kelly, swam very well to make it through to this final. He is a junior, born in 2005, so he can go to the European Junior Championships. He's in 6th for fastest seed. Such a tight one to call. As fastest seed is Oliver Morgan in 4. Then we've got Gibson in 5. Booker in 3. Here he is. Ward in 6. And Marshall and Somerset. Any of these guys can win this final. It's so close.
Yeah, Oliver Morgan swam a time there, 11th fastest in the world in 2023. Had a 0.33 second PB this morning. So we know he's going to be swimming well, and he has earned that righteous spot of being in the centre of the pool, commanding that race, basically being in lane 4.
And psychologically, Amy, if you go a lifetime best to qualify, and it's a very, very close race, what has he got to do right now behind the blocks to make sure that he delivers again?
Probably, I would say, enjoy it. A lot of people, when they swim in the morning, might think, I've done a PB, I need to do another one, or I might have another one in the bag tonight. But when you know you're swimming well, a lot of the time, it's easier to just relax. Believe in the form that you're on and the confidence that you have, and just get in and swim, and usually you'll swim fast.
Well, this is going to be fascinating. Very, very hard to call. I think all 8 guys here believe they can certainly get first, second, or third, and I would imagine most of them believe they can win it. The final of the men's 50 metres backstroke. Oliver Morgan set a lifetime best to qualify fastest, but there were some average finishes in the heats this morning, and I think the winner is going to have to make sure they do everything right. The start, the breakout, that swim element in the middle, and the finish. The final of the men's 50 metres backstroke, and Ollie Morgan of University of Birmingham is the fastest seed right in the centre. Possibly the best start from Jonathan Marshall up there in 7 in the yellow hat.
Yeah, going really well here. It's going to be a super tight race, but it is in lane 4 swimming really well, Oliver Morgan.
Well, Ollie Morgan's flying down this middle section. As long as he doesn't hit the lane line, he's right on the lane line, is Ollie Morgan. If he can get the touch, oh my word! Well, he's won it, but goodness me, it was a long, long stretch. 24.84, another lifetime best for winner. He's on the lane line, he's slapping the water, and he is the British champion on the men's 50 metres backstroke. Ollie Morgan, what a swim, and from about 15 to about 40 metres, he was electric.
Yeah, he swam really, really well there. First swimmer, and only swimmer, sorry, sub 25 seconds, so that is a nice barrier to break. And if only he maybe got a little bit more sort of momentum into the wall, he might have finished on a slightly flatter stroke rather than having that little glide. So there's only a little bit of there that he can improve, maybe 0.01 here or 0.2 there, but they're the things, especially in these 50-metre events, that are really important to recognise that need improving.
Well, swimmers first, second, third and fifth all setting lifetime bests. And Ollie Morgan, well, he ended up winning it by what, 37/100ths of a second. That's a country mile on a 50 backstroke, isn't it?
Yeah, big chunk of time there ahead of the next swimmer. And I suppose when you're that far ahead, you have a lot of confidence in that.
So let's see what the winner's got to say. Ollie Morgan to John Mason.
Oliver, congratulations. First British title. Not a bad way to start your week, a little splash and dash, and taking the title.
Yeah, very good. I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, you're swimming super well at the moment. A PB this morning and a PB tonight. I know last year I saw you take your debut at your first international meet in Indianapolis. Is this sort of the start of the next step in your career, you feel?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've started training properly last year, about 18 months ago when I went to uni. Yeah. Just moved from a really small club and yeah, it seems to be working, so.
It's obviously paying off. You're British champion. And, you know, sort of moving forward as we head into the summer then, if this is the start of something pretty special, hopefully for you, what's going to be your main focus?
Try and make one of those teams. Remain consistent, yeah, just keep working on what I need to work on and it should come through.
Well, I'm super excited to see what you do, mate. Congratulations, British champion. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Oliver Morgan.
Well, he is the British champion, and he won it by 37 100s, but even with that, his finish wasn't great, so he can go even faster. I've got to say, that's pretty exciting for me, because that middle section, his swimming section, Amy, was brilliant.
Yeah, but it was really interesting for me to hear that. He says he's only started training properly when he went to uni maybe 18 months ago. So some of those race skills, some of those sort of small details that he might not have worked on, might not have had the opportunity to practice in this environment, he's now been able to do so. So you can only imagine what he could do if he can get those little things right, and he can work there at the University of Birmingham and perfect those things.
Well, whatever he's doing, it's starting to work and work very well. And if that's his 50, all of those guys will be looking at the 100 and they'll all be thinking, can I make the British team on that 100 metres backstroke? Because with hopefully a well and fit and happy Adam Peaty on the breaststroke leg, maybe a James Guy on the fly, who knows on the freestyle, a Burris maybe, a Duncan Scott maybe, a Tom Dean maybe. That could be a medal-winning relay in Paris next year. There's also the mixed medley relay too, so the potential to get an Olympic medal if you can just get yourself on that Olympic team for the backstroke leg is what an opportunity for those guys.
Yeah, I think sometimes you look at the program and think, where maybe can I get on that team? And that 100-metre backstroke's definitely a spot that Oliver could take.
Well, it is the 100 backstroke for men, and a new focus, a big focus on the women's relays, the freestyle relays. Another great opportunity for British swimmers to make the Olympic team.